Based on the information provided, here is a summary of the situation regarding the Supreme Court hearing on President Trump's tariffs. The Supreme Court case. On September 9, 2025, the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to hear President Trump's appeal of lower court rulings that found many of his second-term tariffs to be an overreach of his presidential authority. The court will hear arguments in November on the legality of tariffs imposed under the 1977 International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEEPA. Lower courts have ruled that the president does not have unbounded authority under IEEPA to impose sweeping tariffs, and that such power is typically reserved for Congress. The tariffs at the center of the case were imposed by the Trump administration in its second term by declaring national emergencies. They are separate from tariffs on steel, aluminum, and some Chinese goods that were imposed in his first term. The administration has argued that striking down the tariffs would lead to an economic catastrophe, and that the law grants the president the power to regulate imports during a national emergency without explicit limitations. Potential economic impacts. If the Supreme Court sides against the president, many of the tariffs imposed during his second term could be affected. Businesses could expect to receive refunds on the tariffs they paid. Economic experts suggest that while businesses would benefit from refunds, consumers should not expect immediate price decreases. Rohit Tripathi, Vice President of Industry Strategy at RELEX, said this is because many businesses have been absorbing the increased costs or pushing them onto suppliers. Recent economic data indicates that while some retailers have been absorbing the costs, the tariffs have started to be passed on to consumers, pushing up prices in some categories of goods. Economists note that the tariffs have contributed to downgraded GDP growth projections and have started to have a noticeable impact on consumer prices and the labor market. Both businesses and consumers should expect more uncertainty as the legal and economic implications of the case unfold.